Hello, America. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of Seeking Sister Wife Season 2, Episode 1. So I have 2 songs that I have released. I'll leave them up at the top. Also, this show is too much already. I do love the crazy reality shows. Do not get me wrong. I'm just like, how crazy can these people get? Okay, so we first see Demetri and Ashley. I do remember some scenes from last season when he was talking about how he went to go see a potential sister wife, like how he went to go see a potential sister wife, and he ended up sleeping with her, and that kind of wasn't their rules. But honestly, how do you have rules when you are letting a whole other woman into your life? So come on. Anyway, Demetri and Ashley, they have 3 children. I don't know the children's age, but they look maybe all under 5, if I'm not mistaken. Last season she was pregnant. She's had the baby. Boom. Things weren't good when he cheated. He's learned to take a step back and not be ahead of his spouse. Okay. They're spiritual people, and the bindi that they have represents the third eye. They are now courting someone named Vanessa. Vanessa is 34 years old. She is not married. She has no children, and she's coming for the second time to meet them. Okay, this time she'll stay so she can meet the kids. She seems like a great fit. They've been doing this for 9 years, okay? 9 years. They have been looking for someone for 9 years. And the reason why they're doing this, why am I so far in the camera? I'm sorry. The reason why they're doing this is because she's had her 3 children. She thinks that's enough for her, okay? I don't know how else to explain it right now, but she doesn't want to have any more children, but he wants to have a big family. So they've decided to accept more women into their life so they can, procreate with more people. I think my eyebrows look a mess. I'm sorry. They sit down on the couch. He says that as they're waiting for Vanessa to come, he says that it's going to be hard, with the sexual tension, but he's going to have to learn to control himself and, not put his relationship in jeopardy. And he says he has to conduct himself as a married man. She's not worried. She doesn't hope that the situation will repeat itself when he cheated on her. She tells him that he's allowed to call her beautiful, the other woman. He's allowed to think that she's beautiful. He's just not allowed to act on it. Now, this is where I got confused, because I'm like, so you immediately see a woman and you just trying to have sex with her immediately off rip? No. Like, why do I have to say, don't act on well, I mean, honestly, you did it the first time, so I don't even know why I'm sitting up here acting like I don't really have anything to say that is not already common knowledge. The babies are really pretty though, and I'm sad that you're gonna take them through this spiritual journey that you're going through or whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna knock anybody's I'm not gonna knock anybody's spirituality. It's just that you are you and I am me, so I ain't got nothing else to say. Anyway, they're not waiting until marriage to have sex, but they want to make sure, this is what she says, that it's a good person before he engages in sex. I'm very confused because all of these couples were like just 2 women sharing a man, which I guess that's what they are. I thought that if we were like polyamorous, is that the correct? No. I thought that if we were like polygamous, then like I would love her, she would love me, you would love her, she would love, like it should be like a whole relationship with all three. But this is seeming like it's just a, hey, I'll be over there at 10, I'm with my side girl and I come pick you up. Like what? The kids are excited. Ashley wants to let Vanessa know how the Snowden household works. Vanessa gets there. She sounds like, what is her name? What is the lady's name from Real Housewives of Atlanta? The one who's not on the season right now, but she was filming. I think her name is Tanya. She reminds me of Tanya. She used to be strictly, monogamous in her relationships, although over the years her viewpoint has changed and now she's more open to, polygamy. She's really excited for this opportunity. She wants to tread lightly. She, is kind of weirded out by dating someone's husband, but she does want to, not mess up anything and not fuck it up. So that's them. They're, in love, happy. We see Bernie and Paige. They live in a trailer. They've been married for 16 years. They have 4 sons. She has 2 from a previous marriage, and they have 2 together. They live in a trailer because their house burned down. They lost everything. The trailer is a temporary solution, but since they're looking for a sister wife, they can relocate to the sister wives, location. The boys are getting homeschooled. The 2 older boys are like 20, in their 20s. One of them is married, if I'm not mistaken. They want to restart, and he wants a bigger family. So how they came into this polygamous lifestyle is she was reading scripture, and you know how I said, men are supposed to have multiple wives. And she was like, hey, bro, I think you should have multiple wives, and he was like, and she was like, yeah. And now they have been looking for a wife for how long? Please, I didn't put 5 years. They have been looking for a poly. They have been looking for a sister wife and a second wife for 5 years. They go on a walk. They discussed the last time that they did this polygamous thing. It was with a good friend of theirs. And even though Paige was comfortable because it was a good friend, she did start to get jealous, because this woman was, calling and texting her husband. She says that she is going to be a little bit jealous with the whole, motherly bond that this woman is going to form with her children, and she has to prepare herself for that. I don't know. He seems like he's not really trying to hurt her, and he wants to make sure that she's okay. But then he was like, I'm ready to try it again. Are you ready to try it? And I'm like, well, y'all on a show called Seeking Sister Wives, so obviously she ready to try it. I mean, I'm not going to, So, yeah, they're going to try it. He says that, well, she says that she was jealous. He says that she wasn't jealous because of her. She was jealous because, all of the outside talk got into her mind. She says, oh, no, big homie. I was jealous because of me, I just have to get over that. He says he doesn't want to see hurt in her eyes. He just wants to make sure that he's doing the right thing, and she wants a best friend. But, she knows that her best friend will be fucking her husband, which they can't coexist in my world, okay? Maybe I'm not grown enough to understand, but I don't really care. We see Jeff, Sherrod, and Vanessa. He is happy to share love and life with other people. He's happy to spread the dick around, okay? Like it's fucking jelly. The first lady that they were dating stood them up in the airport. She then came back, but then she was like, I ain't really feeling this, and it didn't work out. Then they found out that his first wife, who was Vanessa, wasn't really pregnant, and then she had a tumor that mimicked a pregnancy and made her body feel like she was pregnant. And even though it wasn't a pregnancy, she still experienced a loss. And so they were going through that. They all have their own rooms, obviously the children, and the two wives, and he bounces between rooms like a bachelor. They are building a lodge, and in the lodge, each woman will have their own wing, like the cat house in Nevada. And they'll be able to have their own space and, do whatever. They're courting Jennifer. Her family has a polygamous background. She's like a biker woman. But Jeff says it'll work out if she Jeff says it'll work out if she tones down her bikerness. She might be wife number 3. They have a very big family, and they're going to ask her on Skype if she'll come and visit. They tell all of their brood of children that, they're going to ask. Everybody's like, okay, cool. The children ask them what she does for a living. She's like, the children ask them what Jennifer does for a living. Jennifer does nails. What else? She's on Skype. She's communicating with the kids, which I ain't really trying to be no sister wife and raise nobody else's kids, okay? I ain't even got kids of my own. Let's slow down, okay? She agrees to meet them, and they're going to flesh out the details later, okay? So, I don't have nothing to say about this. You know why? Because I don't know. I just don't. But last but not least, we see Colton, Tammy, and Sophie. He's believed in plural marriage his whole life. He would consider his spirituality or his religion an independent Mormon fundamentalist. So Colton, Tammy, and Sophie are weird. He's believed in plural marriage his whole life. He describes his religion as an independent Mormon fundamentalist. Tammy and him have been married for over 8 years. They met at community college. He lives on a farm. She's a farmer's wife. She fell for him because of his looks, obviously. Well, that was one of the reasons, obviously. They have an almost 3-year-old daughter. She also agrees with plural marriage. And, they never brought it up while they were dating. But after they got married, it was something that they both agreed on. They're preparing to become gods and goddesses and to rule their own planet. God lived plural marriage. They recently got married to Sophie. When they first met Sophie and her grandmother came because the grandmother came as a chaperone. And they were married 3 months later. Tammy was jealous, but she had to get over it. Sophie was never jealous because Colton is a good husband to both of them. Doing the TV show would normalize how people viewed them, and this is God's way, okay? We see, now I knew something was off when it said their last name and then it said Tammy's house. They live in separate houses. The houses are 30 minutes apart. He spends time at each house like a bachelor, and I guess she's a single mother, basically. The producers ask Tammy about Sophie and if she's going to have children. Sophie then says, well, that's their personal business and that's their personal relationship. And if she's ready to share that information with me, then I'll know. That sounds like some real ghetto shit, okay? That sounds like some real ghetto shit. When Sophie and what's his name, Colton, go home, how could I forget Colton? They are mostly in the bedroom or, in the house because since it's a small town, word travels fast, and she's a closet wife. She doesn't want to be a closet wife. They do want to introduce another sister wife, so they are going to have to introduce Sophie to the community at one point or another, and Colton is just waiting for the right opportunity to do that. Now, I was very confused because it takes 30 minutes to get from here to there, but the town is small and word travels fast. I'm very confused. Which one is it? Okay. I probably maybe will be reviewing this show. I just know that it's going to get on my last nerves. I don't really have anything to say because I thought nothing was worse than Love After Lockup, but I'm seeing that I was sadly mistaken. So if you all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter. You can go to my website, aremacrecords.com, airmacrecords.com. You can also, I don't know. I don't know, really, honestly. But my name is Brielle. I make beats. I sing songs. If you like what you see, I'm really blued, okay? So if you like what you see, come on along. Bye.